When the car crash happened, I used every ounce of my strength to push my mother out of the way, but after she was saved, she didn't even look at me, pinned under the wreckage. Instead, she rushed to the rescue team to help my younger brother, Ethan, who was a few yards away with nothing but a scraped knee. I used my last breath to beg her to save me, but Mom just glared at me, her face full of impatience as she screamed, "Can't you stop trying to steal the spotlight for once? Do you have any idea that your brother might actually have a scar from this?" Not long after, the help I needed never came, and I became a cold, lifeless corpse. They say my mother went insane overnight. When I opened my eyes again, I saw my mother hovering over Ethan, checking his tiny wound with frantic eyes. My body lay just a few feet away, lonely and ignored. Once she confirmed Ethan's injury was minor, she finally let out a long sigh of relief. She clutched her chest and smiled with satisfaction. Thank God you're okay. If anything happened to you, Ethan, I wouldn't want to live anymore." The same mother who only ever had words of blame and resentment for me was now using such a tender, caring tone. I guess I was the only one she was ever disappointed in. But doesn't she realize she's standing there safe and sound only because I sacrificed myself? Why won't she even look at me? Can they really enjoy this happiness, built entirely on my dead body, with a clear conscience? A rescue worker rushed over and looked at me, then turned to my mother with hesitation. "Captain, your older son looks severely injured. Don't we need to help him first?" The moment she heard my name, the smile on my mother's face vanished instantly. "Don't worry about that jinx. All he knows is how to make my life difficult. His brother is hurt, and instead of checking on him, he's over there playing dead. He's just bitter and jealous of Ethan. I don't even want a black-hearted son like him." Those words were like poison daggers stabbing straight into my heart. The pain was so intense I felt like I would black out. Even breathing felt like a luxury I couldn't afford anymore. We both came from her womb, so why does she treat me like this? Was it because of that time years ago when she took us to a dinner at her boss's house? Mom had tripped on the stairs while we were leaving. She was about to fall, and I flew forward to grab her hand, preventing a disaster. But in my rush, I accidentally knocked over her boss's expensive vase. Mom felt she had lost face, and she slapped me twice right in front of everyone. I talked back because it was unfair, and from that day on, she decided I was an ungrateful viper. Since then, her entire heart belonged only to Ethan. I became nothing more than invisible air in that house. I had no status, and whenever she was in a bad mood, I was her favorite punching bag. It's truly pathetic. Listening to my mother's cold words, Ethan was secretly gloating, but he put on a fake mask of concern. "Mom, don't talk about Mason like that. He's probably just still angry." My mother, who was starting to calm down, flared up again the moment Ethan defended me. "Ethan, you're just too kind. That's why he keeps finding chances to hurt you. Look at you sticking up for him while he's just lying there. Does he even have a soul? How can two brothers be so different? I wish I had just let him die the day he was born." My mind went completely blank. I never imagined she hated me to this extent. She wished I had never existed. But Mom, I really have left this world now. The moment I pushed you, that heavy truck rolled right over me. My organs were crushed, and as the weight of the world pressed down on me, I was still worried. I was thinking about who would take care of you after I was gone. The despair of my final moments swallowed me whole again. But this time, I didn't have a single reason left to want to live. When Mom and Ethan walked through the front door, they found Cecilia sitting on the sofa. The moment I saw her, my restless ghost heart felt a flicker of light. Without even realizing it, a smile touched my lips. "Mrs. Miller, how is Mason doing?" she asked. She was the woman I had loved for years. No matter what people whispered about me, she was always the one who stayed. But just as my heart filled with joy, she reached into her purse and pulled out a ring. She pressed it into my mother's hand. "I'm actually here to break up with him." The words hit me like a bolt of lightning.